when you need to know. KCBS AM, KFRC FM, and HD1. San Francisco, Oakland, San Jose, and Odyssey Station.
It's 10:19. President Biden's national security advisor says the U.S. has the capacity to evacuate the roughly 300 U.S. citizens remaining in Afghanistan who want to leave before Tuesday's deadline, but that doesn't mean everyone will be able to leave or can leave. Jeff Lee served in Afghanistan in a humanitarian capacity for 2 years, supporting international forces. He's with a D.C.-based think tank, the Truman National Security Project, also recruited Afghans to help the U.S., and he's now working to rescue them. Jeff joins us on the KCBS Ring Central Newsline. So, briefly, Jeff, what got you into Afghanistan?
Sure. Well, I think a commitment to trying to make the world a better place. And certainly after 9/11, I think many of us felt a calling to serve our country and definitely to do everything we can to, reduce potential terror threats in the United States. And also over time, when you really get to know the Afghan people, trying to help build a society that is most welcome to women and girls. And that was certainly a lot of the work that I had the opportunity to work on in the country.
And how was the reaction to your being there initially?
I think initially a degree of skepticism. I think like any case of, meeting a stranger, but over time, seeing the economic development work we were doing, some of the legal trainings we were performing with women, and over time, a general buy-in and relationship building, I think there was a true bond. And I was blessed to have been able to work across the country. But like anything, that bond also was a potential target for my staff and program beneficiaries that are now coming back to haunt us. And now, unfortunately, they're in a place of significant fear, and they have a target on their back.
So the people then that you worked with, the translators, those who worked with communications programs, the women, your colleagues, those people who can't leave in the next 48 or 72 hours, what happens to them?
Well, right now, we're doing our best here to support, efforts to get folks out as quickly as possible. There's still several hundreds that are, in the area that are in a place of safety for the time being that might be able to get manifested and out. These are the most vulnerable civil society organizations, and we're working with the U.S. government and hundreds and thousands of volunteers to try to find them a place of safety and home. Obviously, if they're not able to get out, in a timely manner, then I think, we're going to have to do everything we can to provide support and safety. And my hope is that, they'll be in a place to be protected, and agreements will hopefully be made to make sure there's less reprisals to these groups of people.
What are you doing, though, from thousands of miles away? How much pressure can you actually put on people to get those people out now?
Well, luckily, there's an incredible just cluster of relationships and community members. And one of the big areas has been, connecting pro bono lawyers, working with folks in the visa process, connecting with members of Congress, the State Department, international organizations, the Pentagon, and putting pressure, but also providing information and intelligence that's necessary to connect the dots here. And so much the case has been a wide range from, being able to identify folks that are in places of peril that, can find egress, to even chartering planes or providing, information to get best advice for airspace, or even working with third countries to try to get folks to a place of safety. So it really has been a whole of government, a whole of community approach here. And so much of us, want to do everything we can to make sure our allies aren't left behind.
How would you describe the situation, though, in these final days leading up to the deadline on August 31st?
Absolutely chaotic to one, and certainly the recent terrorist attacks that we've seen. And just today, the Biden administration were able to halt another pending ISIS attack. So it's just a situation that's deteriorating rapidly. And certainly some of my former staff and program beneficiaries are at this point in complete hiding and, unfortunately having to shelter in fear.
And how the government has handled this situation, how do you feel about that?
I think they've definitely made some significant improvements. They've been getting thousands of folks out here, and President Biden's been committed to, getting out the remaining Americans and as many allies as possible. I think, unfortunately won't be everybody, and we're just going to have to do everything we can in these circumstances, understanding that the terror threat is only growing here in the next 24 to 48 hours. So, we do have to have priorities to, protect our service members as well, but it's a very tough place to see.
Before we let you go, all the work that's been done these past 20 years, all for nothing in your opinion, or not?
No, because it's again about the people and the incredible, Afghans and their families that will make it out to safety, will make incredible contributions to our country and many other countries around the world. And I hope they'll be able to come back and support their nation and, for a better place and for a better Afghanistan.
Jeff Lee with the Truman National Security Project. Hope we can keep in touch in the coming week. And we appreciate your time.